And that's how I learned how to speak Spanish. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Savor the Bourbon podcast. My name is Jonathan. Across the barrels from me is Mr. W2, and this is Josh Barber. But
you know that you skipped our intro.
I did. This is the intro.
Oh.
Welcome, everybody, and we're going to get
go.
into some mighty fine whiskeys from Garrison Brothers on this episode of Savor the Bourbon. Let's go!
Pow!
So, getting back into it after that botched intro. My bad, guys. Sorry. So, that was awful. So, we're getting into Garrison Brothers on this
Yes.
one. We got a...
First time.
An 80 proof small batch that...
No.
It's not small batch and it's not 80 proof?
It's small batch. Their small batch is 94 proof.
Oh, okay.
It's $80.
That's an $80 bottle.
Okay. So $80, 94
94.
proof. Okay.
How about I read some things?
Use your fingers.
Yeah, you read some things, and we're not going to get much of a bottle pop
So before
kind of thing. Yeah, give us some backstory. Where did these come from?
Before we get into that, huge shout out to Dennis Narcisco. He's a longtime friend. This guy definitely knows him. Stepdad. And but he's down in San Antonio and is a huge fan of Garrison Brothers, and he watches the podcast and is kind of watching what we're doing. And last time I saw him when he was in town, he's like, "You guys need to get into Garrison Brothers." And
Was
Texas,
that at the Idle Air show?
It was,
Okay.
and so
that's where I met him.
Yep.
And your mom, I believe. And, yeah, cool lady.
And we've had conversation on and off, and Garrison Brothers has been on my radar and things to get to. It's just something we haven't gotten around to. Their entry level bottles is a little bit higher end than a lot of other bottles.
Yeah, it's not a budget bourbon.
But
look at them.
But it's one that I've wanted to get into because they're great looking bottles, and I've heard nothing but great things with it, and so we just hadn't get it. So anyway, one day the mail delivery guy, a little box showed up, and I opened it up, and there's 7 of these little tasters inside, and a whole bunch of information about Garrison Brothers. Come to find out, he's kind of a big deal with Garrison Brothers. He's part of a club. I'm going to get into that in a minute, but we decided we've got a lot of things to talk about over the next several episodes. We're going to get into a lot of things from Garrison Brothers. What better place to start though is with their small batch.
Yeah,
that is that's their flagship product that kind of got them started, and it's their standard staple that Garrison Brothers you can't find everywhere, but that is something that a store that does carry the Garrison Brothers line, you're going to find their small batch.
Yeah.
That kind of becomes their go-to. And then some of the other ones that we're going to get to are some of the other ones that are a little bit harder to find. So you work your magic on how to divide that up 3 ways.
Yeah, I like it.
I think we'll be all right though.
Yeah, I really do.
So yeah, like I said,
We'll get an idea as to what it is until we have a chance to get our hands on a full size.
this is the Garrison Brothers Small Batch Texas Straight Bourbon Whiskey. This bottle comes in at roughly $80-ish. There is no age statement on this. This is 94 proof. And I wanted also to point out, Garrison Brothers is founded by Dan and Nancy Garrison. The brother is their brother Charlie Garrison. His official title is Whiskey Peddler, which I thought was kind of funny.
Okay.
He's in charge of their national sales. He's not focused on Texas. He's focused on their national sales. And then there's Master Distiller Donis Todd.
Yeah, fun name.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'm clearly hearing this wrong, but no, that's exactly.
So Dennis
that's
sends a link to a video.
Yeah.
That was like an hour and some odd minutes long. Really long video. Very worthwhile.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll put it in the comment or whatever, because it's great video about the history and all the backstory that kind of went into this story. So a lot of really good stuff. So we don't source whiskey from elsewhere, and we never will. Enjoying a bottle of Garrison Brothers bourbon is an experience unlike any other. We believe it's the highest quality, finest tasting bourbon in the world, Everything rich and good about bourbon without the bite. Our bourbon is amber crimson, like a Texas sunset, darker, richer, and fuller than almost any other bourbon on the market. They've got a lot of bold statements. And as I was watching that video, I was like, man.
Yeah, the boldest statement.
I mean,
they want to make the best whiskey in the world.
Their mission statement from day one, we want to make the best bourbon in the world. Which, side note, really is best bourbon in the United States because bourbon is a U.S. only distinction.
That's true.
Anyway.
Actually,
I get what he means by that.
yeah.
It's like the World Series, but it's only Americans playing baseball.
The relentless Texas heat is brutal. Out here, it's 100 degrees 9 months out of the year, hotter inside a steel barn. It might seem crazy to buy the highest quality barrels and torture them in this heat, but doing so allows our bourbon to suck all the flavor it can from our new American oak barrels. As it matures, the bourbon cycles through the wood's pores and crevices, soaking in the sugars from the sap and yielding an aroma brimming of butterscotch, nutmeg, vanilla. Notes of fruit dominate the palate with hints of butter, whipped cream, angel food cake, and oak. The finish is smooth with chocolate and espresso notes, a true tour de force of flavor.
I thought I was picking up on a little bit of sourdough on the nose. Did they say they said angel food cake?
They did say angel food cake.
On the nose or on the palate part of it?
That was just in general. On palate.
Yeah.
Notes of fruit dominate the palate
Butter.
with hints of butter, whipped cream, angel food cake, and oak. There's definitely a lot of oak in there.
I get there's a woodiness to it.
Yep.
I get more of the brown sugary. I say
I picked up
apple
on brown-
pie.
Apple pie, yeah.
Apple pie. I might even say pecan pie.
Yeah,
Because I'm getting a nuttiness
it's that
to it.
yeasty thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like a yeasty crust.
Yeah,
But pecan pie brings a lot of cinnamon and brown sugar.
but also
and-
that woodiness.
Yes.
So I get that. I can back that. But
Yes.
the caramel.
It's like apple pie baked in a
There's-
wooden pie pan.
There's some caramel and some butterscotch there too.
Yeah, I thought butter. Like, it said something about butter.
Yep.
I think you said something about buttery. We agreed both.
Hints
buttery,
of butter and
you know?
whipped cream.
It feels like fatty.
Well, let's get fat.
Yeah, let's get it down our fatty gullet. Speaking
Garrison
for
Brothers.
myself, of course.
It's so good.
That palate's well. You said it was
That's
90.
really nice. 94.
94 proof? I think that's
so
sourdough
smooth.
notes.
It's smooth and very distinct. There is a very unique flavor that's here. The video that we watched, I think it just kind of it stuck with me, and I'm going to think about this every time I drink Garrison Brothers. But it talked about their very first run of things. They filled their first barrels up, and it didn't say the time frame on there, but again, deep heart of Texas heat. Those barrels swelled, and their entire first batch, all the barrels exploded because they burst because
like
there was so much gas pockets
The
built up
first
in there.
6 barrels that they did exploded. I think it were the first 5.
And so they had to find a new cooperage that could build them some custom barrels that were strong enough and withstand all that extra pressure that they were going to get. And I was just like, how much fucking pressure does it take to explode a barrel?
Right.
I mean, that just seems so crazy.
I mean, it gets hot. You know, the thing is on this taste that I get that I didn't get on the nose is that spice. And I'm trying to think of what it is. It's like Christmassy spice, like nutmeggy.
Nutmeg shows up sometimes.
I think there's an anise.
I can go with that. Also, like the legs on this are really long. This is a lot oilier than the last thing we had.
Did it feel oily on the palate?
It did. But not like, again, for me, it's a mild oiliness. Like it's that fatty thing. It feels like luscious.
There's something really unique on this palate, and I don't think this, but I don't know what else to say. But I almost am getting kind of a waxy kind of a note, if that makes any sense.
On the back end, it's like leathery.
Down on the finish?
Leather.
Leather.
That's what it is. That's absolutely what it is.
Closer to the finish, but not quite the finish. But yeah, I get that. Like sweet leather. I don't know how to put it.
So yeah, Dennis sent us some koozies.
Nice. I have my fair share of.
Okay, I was gonna ask.
Oh yeah.
He sent us the booklet on the Cowboy Bourbon 10th anniversary. We're not doing that obviously right now, but we'll get into this a little bit more. This is one of their hazmat offerings. They like their higher proofs. 94 is not necessarily a higher proof, but with this being their entry level bottle,
yeah.
I mean, come on.
It's got some heat.
Also, again, thank you, Dennis. I really, really appreciate it and taking the time to write all this out. He gave us so much information on this. I'm just going to read a little bit of this.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, guys, here's a treat I think you'll enjoy for an upcoming edition of Savor the Burn. As you may know from Josh, I'm a member of a brand ambassador organization for Garrison Brothers known as the Old 300 Club. He's member 166. FYI. I have the honor of promoting and evangelizing for my favorite bourbon, so I'm sending you 7 samples of Garrison Brothers expressions from my personal collection. Some of these are available through retail and some are only available at the distillery in limited quantities. Yeah. So this particular one is the Garrison Brothers small batch, 94 proof, and he says this is their flagship offering, their most popular and biggest seller. It retails for $80-ish.
Right. Have you seen some of the lines? Like the
oh,
videos?
dude!
Yeah,
in that video,
2.5
mile line, 2.5 miles of cars.
Like some people were in line at 4:00 p.m. the day before.
Yep.
Yes.
Holy smokes! Are they only open one day a week?
Well, no, those are for some of their.
That's some of their
distinct
limited
offerings.
release.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's a beautiful distillery. I did my honeymoon.
After I asked that question, I'm like, I'm such
did
an
what?
idiot. That's on camera.
When I did my honeymoon, we went down to San Antonio. We went to Garrison Brothers.
Very nice.
It was an awesome tour.
So their entry level small batch bottle, $80.
It's beautiful.
Some of the offerings are as much as $350, $400 bottles. So they are definitely on the higher end of things.
Yeah.
You know, but if it's a good bourbon and it has a very, very unique flavor, I mean, let's get into them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they've got a really fun backstory too.
Yeah.
I mean, we put that link in the comments. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Hit subscribe, click that bell to stay up to date on all things Savor the Burn. You can find this bottle and many more at savortheburned.com in the liquor cabinet. But until then, please keep listening on your audio only podcast app of choice if that's the way you enjoy the podcast. We're definitely happy to have you along. And like you said, we don't have the bottle in front of us. But I mean, you just look at their core offering.
Throw it up on the page. Like now, you'd be like,
Yep, absolutely will.
See it.
Absolutely will.
It's black wax dipped. I don't know what the cork is. Probably composite.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out soon.
In one of these full bottle offerings we've got here. Yeah,
there's embossment in the glass. A nice thick bottom.
Even though we are sampling this from a taster, because I know that every single one of their products is essentially a degree or so of the same presentation as the rest of these. When you get into their cowboy bourbon, that comes in a wooden box that actually has like a satin plush lined inside of there. I mean, we love our Booker's boxes. Think of a Booker's box that is a satin silk lined inside to it. It's amazing looking. So
bury me in
easily a 5. But anyway, all their bottles,
cowboy bourbon
all their bottles, they wax dip everything. They do not have anything that's not wax dipped. When it's a special release, sometimes you get a double dip, and we'll get into that colors on a different episode. But
what'd you give it on the nose? I mean, we had some corn, some caramel, some brown sugar, sourdough, I thought anyway. Some woodiness. We hear apple pie. It was buttery, kind of fatty, kind of oily, whatever. You picked up on some pecan pie. I ended up giving it a 4.5 because it was all that and then some. I was wowed immediately, and then the flavors just kept piling on. I really could have gone up to 4.75.
Yeah.
I want another pour, and I want to spend more time with it.
Dude,
really
seriously, this little sample, I want to grab a small batch bottle.
Yeah, you said they're like $80.
$80.
No, it's not a budget bourbon.
No.
You know, I think we talked about Wild Turkey earlier. That's
$80.
Trash.
I have no problem spending $80 on a quality bourbon.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice steak dinner. Mm-hmm. Can't eat McDonald's all the time.
Maybe it's part of this podcast has kind of changed and elevated my taste a little bit.
Not maybe, definitely.
Definitely. But I've gotten to the point where an $80 bottle is a little bit higher dollar bottle, but I'm okay with enjoying it and not sipping it to extend it out as long as possible. I'll get a pour of an $80 bottle and enjoy it, and then get another pour, and then get another pour, and be okay when it's gone.
I would think 50 and under. I'll probably just have it in my hand as I go to the register. You know, if it's an $80 bottle, I'm probably staring at it the whole time I'm walking to the register.
Yeah.
I think that's all you'll have. What do you mean? Is that all?
I think that's fair.
This thing, you know.
In the video that we watched, they talked a little bit about that here and there. They recognize their price point is a little higher than a lot of other.
They did bring that up.
But they also realize too that they feel very confident in their product and they're okay with sticking to their guns and keeping their price where it is. And
they could have gone the easy route right off the bat. I mean, they could have got some of that MGP at like
they could have
$2 a gallon or something, and that's 3 bottles or whatever it was, and you know, and then the profit margin on that would have been astronomical.
Yep.
But they didn't.
It wouldn't be. I mean,
like you said, they stuck to their guns and they decided to do it themselves.
That wasn't Donis. Charlie.
Oh, Charlie.
Charlie talked about that a little bit, and
Charlie was the one that had the idea, right? Well, his wife had the idea.
No, Charlie's the
as much
brother.
of that stuff as you drink.
No, Charlie's the brother, the whiskey peddler.
Okay.
But he was talking about their profit margins would have been crazy.
Yeah.
But it also wouldn't have been
true.
It wouldn't have been Texas whiskey.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and they wanted a product that they could stand behind and was fully transparent and genuinely be a Texas whiskey. Mm-hmm. I think it's cool that all they do is bourbon. Mm-hmm. Dennis did tell me that they have released a high rye as a allocated limited release that, if you can find it, is really stupid expensive. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think they've ever done a true rye. I think all they do is bourbon. Mm-hmm. There's something kind of cool about that.
Yeah.
Do what you do, and
do what you love.
And do it the best you can.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the dividing line between people like Garrison Brothers and people like Truman Reserve. You know, one is going to do it to the best of their ability, and they're going to discover what that is. And then next time, the only people they're in competition with is themselves. You know, yes, there's a friendly competition between Texas and Kentucky. You know, and everybody in Kentucky has their own friendly competition, and everybody's competing against each other. But more than anything, they're competing against themselves. And then you cross that dividing line I was talking about with the other one I just named, that I really don't want to keep saying, but they're just going to do what they do so they can make whiskey to sell.
So real quick before we get into our numbers, I just realized I've got a little bit more I'm going to read up on, which I thought was worthwhile. According to their website, handcrafted from corn to cork, small batch bourbon is the flagship of legendary Texas bourbon, handcrafted with a sweet mash bill of #1 food grade corn, wheat, and barley. So there's no rye in that at all.
Nothing.
Wow. I think that speaks to how smooth it is.
Yeah. Yeah, with the wheat.
Aged in American white oak barrels under the scorching Texas sun, this 94 proof bourbon delivers bold and rich flavors. Notes of golden apple, honey, floral, and verbena. Not familiar with what verbena?
It's a flower.
Okay.
It's a pretty
and saddle leather combined with a long, engrossing finish. Perfect neat or in a bourbon-forward cocktail, small batch bourbon is a testament to Garrison Brothers' dedication to craftsmanship and the spirit of Texas. So the tasting notes that I pulled off of their website say the color is amber crimson, like Texas sunset. I agree with that. Golden, delicious apple slices drizzled with honey, sweet floral, verbena, fresh cut grass, saddle leather, and cinnamon. On the palate, tart orange, hard candy, and lemon gumdrops. Interesting.
That is interesting.
Yellow pound cake, sugar, cookies, and smoky baking spices. Springtime honeysuckle. And the finish, long and complex, smoky tobacco, turning to sweet county fair caramel apple sprinkled with walnuts and cinnamon. I'm not sure I got all of that.
Yeah, I get the
Most of that I
cinnamon
did not
finish. I get the cinnamon on the finish.
Yeah, there was some indiscriminate baking spices for me. So that's all I wrote down. But yeah, cinnamon it's got to be in that little parenthetical of baking spices.
Yeah, I mean, no rye in this. That right there is gonna and wheat. That's why it's smooth and creamy,
soft and creamy. What does smooth even mean? That's not a tasting note.
What'd you give this on the nose?
I gave it a 4.5. All the things that we found: corn, caramel, brown sugar, apple pie, buttery. And that was just the damn nose. Like, how do you find a buttery taste on a nose? Like, unless you've been
it's kind of
sticking your
there
nose in a tub of butter. Like, well, I guess that's what fat boys do. We stick our nose in the butter.
We do live in the Midwest.
We do, yeah. Or anyway, so yeah, I ended up giving it a 4.5. How about you?
I was at 4.5 also.
All right.
4.75 for me. Smells amazing.
I wholeheartedly agree.
Yeah.
And the palate, once we got it on the palate, I thought there was some sourdough on there, but the butter carried through. The caramel sweet showed up, I think, for me in a big way. There was brown sugar. The baking spices were more, identifiable between nutmeg, anise, anise, however you want to pronounce it, cinnamon. Leather, you said leather showed up on the, like a sweet leather on the late finish, or late palate, early finish.
And I'm glad you helped guide me to leather because I'm like, there's something. It's not wax because
you said wax.
That doesn't sound appealing.
Yeah, it's that leathery.
But there's
a lot of different waxes out there, like candy wax,
earwax,
and
earwax.
Mr. Zog's sex wax.
Those air fresheners smell bitchin'. Those are kind of coconutty and tropical. Anyway, but yeah, so. I ended up
definitely leather.
I brought mine up to a 4.75 on the palate. How about you?
I locked it in at 4.5.
All right, fuddy duddy.
4.75, baby.
All right,
it tastes amazing.
You didn't bring yours up. You kept it locked in at 4.75. Yes, sir. Easy peasy on that one. So starting off on the finish is that leathery sweetness, sweet leatheriness. I don't know, however you want to.
It's long and smoky too.
Words, yeah. Long and smoky, you think? I'll write that down here.
Write it down.
Long and smoky. I put an E in my smoky. The woody kind of oak was there. For me, the sourdough carried all the way through. Butterscotchy, butter, baking spices, which would include the nutmeg, cinnamon, anise, and brown sugar, I think, showed up there on the finish.
Very nice.
Long and smoky. So yeah, I brought mine back down a touch, back down to 4.5. How about you? I
came down to 4.25.
All right.
I did 4.5 because
4.5.
I tried to gauge it off the entire experience, and I feel like it starts tapering off at the end. It's not super lasting, which is good because that makes you just drink it more.
It makes you want another sip, yeah. And at 94, I mean, some
you
people
can
would scoff at 94
and not die.
And say, oh my God, that's hot at 94. It's got to be. It's just not.
It's not.
Different whiskeys drink different at different proofs, you know. And so this one here does not drink like a 94 proof. It drinks like a delicious whiskey, a delicious bourbon. So we don't have the bottle in front of us, but we did find an image online. Looked at it. We all agree it's very fancy. I ended up giving that a 4.5. And that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. How about you, W2?
I came up to 4 3/4.
4 3/4?
Yep.
All right.
It's wax dipped. It's got a great little metal Star of Texas on the front of it.
Yeah, and it's got that little band that goes all the way around it. There's a embossment on the glass on the back. You can see straight through the bottle. I mean, it's kind of difficult because that bourbon is so beautiful. Fucking beautiful, as I say up there in the Northeast.
I mean, it is darker than your standard bourbon color.
I think I gave it a 4.75 because I think that extra little bit can be reserved for like their special offerings that come in a box. Yep. You got to leave a little room for that. 100%. But man, I mean, they're beautiful. Like the very detailed star. I mean, based on their bold statements, the fact that they just put the bottle on the shelf and they don't box it.
Yeah.
They just go, hey, look at this. You're going to want to drink it.
And it is beautiful.
It is.
Yep.
I've seen them on the shelf. Here, there, but not everywhere. They do have that little, flavor saver kind of thing down here at the bottom. Certified Tejas whiskey.
Yep. They also have it on the side.
But I believe, if I'm not incorrect, it's actually printed on the bottle.
It is printed. Yep.
So
it's not a sticker. It's not something misleading. I'm not going to be bamboozled. The old bait and switch.
Yeah, it's great presentation.
Yep. Can't beat it.
That's funny.
What was your final?
Final score ended up being 9.125, 9 1/8.
Very nice.
How about you?
Mine was a solid 9.
9 even?
For a Scotch guy, I got you beat, 9.375.
Whoa. It's a pretty good bourbon.
Yeah, it's a really good bourbon.
Yeah, it's a mighty fine. I really enjoyed it.
I have a feeling we're just going up from here now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna.
We set a bar.
I'm gonna be going up and getting a fucking bottle of this stuff. I mean, I think it'd be great for sharing. And you said in the notes there, you said something. It's great for mixing in a bourbon forward cocktail. You know, people love whiskey in their cocktails. I don't know if I would do that to this whiskey.
No.
I really,
here's the thing.
At best, a light old fashioned.
Just to try it.
But
listen, you're either a cocktail specialist and you like cocktails or you like whiskey. You can use it in a cocktail.
This is a whiskey lover's bourbon.
Yeah, this is 100% a whiskey lover's bourbon. Like you don't.
It's a good way to put it.
I mean, it's I guarantee it'll make a great old fashioned. But like, I've had a great old fashioned with way cheaper whiskeys.
Yep. So why wouldn't you?
Well,
Save your cocktails for those cheaper whiskeys.
Yeah, and at $80 a bottle entry, if you're planning on making cocktails out of this, you're just being a dick. Like,
Fucking show off.
Yeah, you're a show off.
Yep. Agreed.
Yeah. Weird flex, bro.
Yeah. It's great bourbon. Great.
Well, Garrison Brothers, we are very happy that we started this little what are we going to call it? Series of reviews into your product line.
And if you like this one, spoiler alert, the next one we're getting into their honeydew.
Honeydew, which is honey barrel, honey cask, aged.
No.
Guess you're going to have to watch the next
Guess you're going to find out. Yeah, we're all going to learn a little something. But until then, no matter who you are, where you are, what you're drinking, who you're drinking it with, never forget. Keep on burning.